What is a budget? A budget is a plan that helps you manage your money. It shows you how much money you have, how much money you need to spend on things, and how much money you can save or use for other goals. Having a budget can help you make smart decisions with your money and avoid problems like overspending, debt, or running out of money. In essence, you can think of a budget as a plan for the money that's going to be coming in and what you're going to be doing with it. I'm going to put on screen now a very simple budget sheet that Khan Academy provides. This is a monthly budget, and people can have like super fancy spreadsheets and things like that. Again, this is a very simple one, but they all work essentially the same. You want to keep track of your income in some fashion, whether that be in paychecks or side incomes. Then you want to decide what you're going to be doing with this money. A very popular rule that people like to follow is the 50-30-20 rule, which means that you want to allocate 50% of the money you earn into needs. This will be like groceries, rent, transportation costs. 30% into wants, things that are nice to have but not necessary, things like going out to eat, watching movies. And finally, 20% into savings. This would include saving for an emergency fund in case you have any medical emergencies or personal emergencies, like getting laid off, or if you just want to help someone. It also includes saving monies for bigger purchases, like maybe you want to own a house or a car, or you could be saving money for investment for retirement. Here's an example of a budget worksheet. For example, the money that you're bringing in amounts to $3,000. Also make sure that when you're calculating the amount of income, you're looking at after-tax dollars, since that's the amount of money that you actually get to spend. The needs over here adds up to $1,780, which is 59% of our income, and this is actually higher than our target goal of 50% of income. The wants total to $795, which is 27% of income, and savings totals to $425, which is 14.17% of income, even though our target is at 20%. So in this scenario, if we want to follow the 50-30-20 rule, it looks like that we need to decrease our needs a little bit in order to bump up our savings. As a little exercise, if you look at this budget sheet, what do you think this person can do in order to decrease the amount of money they're spending on needs to boost their savings? Write it in the comments. Okay, so now let's think through this together. Looking into this needs category, all of these things are definitely actually necessary, but there are some things that you can potentially do in order to decrease the cost. Rent is going to be something that you can consider downsizing into a smaller apartment, but that's something that's probably a little harder to change. You might have to wait until your lease is over. Now let's look at utilities, cell phone, and home internet. So you definitely need to do these things. But what you can actually do is actually try calling them up and just being like, hey, like I'm really looking to stick into my budget right now. Like this is outside of my budget. What can we do in order for me to decrease the amount that I'm using? On the side of utilities, they may have like certain plans for you where they can give you certain suggestions for this. And for things like cell phone and home internet, they may have better deals for you because they would rather retain you as a customer